What's going on, guys? Twinstinct here and welcome back to another video. So as you can see, new setup. Finally, I have Wi-Fi, I have internet. I'm going to be back posting videos, bringing that content for you. I'm sorry it took so long, but sometimes these things happen. But you do realise when you can't do something just how much you miss doing it, miss interacting with the community. And yeah, I've really missed bringing the content and battling, all these things that you just get so used to doing day to day, and all of a sudden you can't for a period of time. So that's like 6 weeks now. I haven't had any internet, so I managed to bring that one video during that time by traveling somewhere just to get the internet to bring that one for you. But so now we have the setup, the chair, everything is looking awesome. Got the ring light going, the Charizard shirt, the artwork in the background, absolutely fabulous. So this will actually be my first video of season 10. I'm absolutely buzzing to bring you some Ultra League teams. This is for Open Ultra League. As we know, Ultra League teams are not cheap to build, but I'm gonna go over these teams. If you have the resources, they're gonna be very, very strong, and they're gonna really help you out on your way to getting into those higher ranks. So as always, guys, thank you so much for the support on the channel. Please do smash that subscribe button, stick a like on the video if you wish to do so. That would really mean the world to me. I am back, and let's jump straight into these teams. Okay everyone, we've jumped over to PvPoke. We're going to jump straight into the first team here, and that first Pokemon on the team is going to be Trevenant. With Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball and Seed Bomb, Trevenant is an upcoming Pokemon in the Ultra League and Great League. It's probably meta now, so highly rated. You're going to get wins against Giratina Altered, Cresselia, Swampert, probably 3 of the biggest mons in Ultra League, Galarian Stunfisk and Talonflame. So those 5 Pokemon I see all the time in my battles. So that is a really good selection of Pokemon to be beating. You will lose to the Darks in Scrafty, Umbreon, Obstagoon, Sylveon and Lapras. The performance chart for Trevenant then, 100 lead, 100 switch. The charge and closing of it is absolutely insane. So bit of an all-rounder, can do many different roles on your team, which is always nice. Hits like a truck and has pretty decent stats. Quite a lot of weaknesses to watch out for, but many resistances as well, which are definitely going to help you in Ultra League. So for the second member of this team then, guys, we're going to go for Greedent. With Bullet Seed, Body Slam and Crunch, such a spammy Pokemon if anyone's used this before. Going to win against Giratina Altered, Cresselia, Swampert Shadow and Umbreon. So again, beating those 3 key Pokemon in Ultra League that we see all the time, Giratina, Cress and Swampert. You will lose to Stunfisk, Galarian, Talonflame, Scrafty, Reggie Steele and Obstagoon. Performance chart again looking very, very good. Good switch option, pretty good all-rounder again. Can fill a lot of roles on your team. It's a very good safe switch because it is so spammy and charges so fast. Plenty of shield pressure with this Pokemon. Similar to Snorlax, just a weakness to fighting and a resistance to Ghost. It's just like a spammier Snorlax really. But yeah, Greedent's such a good Pokemon, very cheap charge move. It's probably the cheapest team we're going to go over today, to be fair. So for the final member of this team then, guys, we're going to go for Reggie Steele with Lock On, Focus Blast and Flash Cannon. You will win against Cresselia and Giratina Altered again. You can add Umbreon, Obstagoon and Ninetales Alolan to that list. You will lose to Galarian Stunfisk, Swampert Shadow, Talonflame and Scrafty. But look at the performance chart, 100 attacker, 100 closer. Probably the best closer in Ultra League if you can get the candies together to power it up. Such a beast. Look at the defense stats on it, absolutely unbelievable. Pretty good stamina stats as well. Unless you're landing earthquakes or fire type moves, this thing is going to cause you a big problem. So only a couple of weaknesses, but look at the amount of resistances you're getting there. Absolutely insane. You've got about 12 resistances. Yeah, if you've got the candies to get this thing built, it is unbelievable really. Okay then, guys, that is it for our first team. So jumping straight into our second team, a personal favourite team of mine that I use quite often in Ultra League, always with good results. The first Pokemon is Talonflame. With Incinerate, Brave Bird and Flame Charge on there, you'll win against Cresselia, Giratina Altered, Swampert, Galarian Stunfisk and Scrafty. You will lose to Empoleon, Melmetal, Trevenant, Jellicent and Gyarados. As we can see there, the performance stats, such a good charger, insane on the lead and a real good closer as well, and shields it down. A couple of weaknesses there, but again, a lot of resistances, kind of like Reggie Steele. Obviously, XL Talonflame is expensive to power it up to the max CP, but yeah, the charge move isn't going to cost you too much. And this thing is definitely worth the grind if you have the candies and the Stardust to go for it. The second member of this team then, we're going to go for Cresselia. The Psycho Cut, Grass Knot and Moonblast is recommended, but I use Psycho Cut, Future Sight and Moonblast because my crest didn't have Grass Knot. So you're going to be Giratina Altered, Swampert, Swampert Shadow, Scrafty and Obstagoon. You will lose to Galarian Stunfisk, Talonflame, Umbreon, Alolan Ninetales and Empoleon. Performance chart, insane, looking really strong, best switch option and a good closer as well. Massive defense stats and really good stamina. It just seems to stay there all day. It's so good. Not too many resistances and not too many weaknesses either to be scared of. And yeah, like I was saying, I use the Future Sight nuke. It does catch a lot of people out. If you come up against like things like a Machamp or a Venusaur or a Gengar, like that is a very good move to have. Okay everyone, for our third and final Pokemon on this team, we're going for XL Umbreon. The Snarl, Foul Play and Last Resort is recommended, but I do use Snarl, Foul Play and Psychic. Key wins against Giratina Altered, Cresselia, Swampert, Jellicent and Trevenant. You will lose to Galarian Stunfisk, Talonflame, Swampert Shadow, Scrafty and Reggie Steele. Very good all round on the performance chart there, nothing sticking out that's going to cause you too much of a problem. As we know with Umbreon, very bulky, massive defense and stamina stats, just a bit like Cresselia. You do outlast your opponents quite well sometimes. So not too many weaknesses to look out for and not too many resistances either. And with the charge moves, I do actually run Dark Pulse instead of Foul Play, just for the extra damage. It hits a bit harder and sometimes people aren't expecting it. So just adds a bit more shield pressure, I suppose, if you can get that last Dark Pulse off sometimes. But yeah, definitely not the cheapest teams to build in Ultra League. It's difficult to find good teams which are cheap in Ultra League. It's quite a difficult league to come up with cheap teams. Okay everyone, jumping into our third and final team of this video then. The first Pokemon we are going to look at here is XL Polytoad with Mudshot, Weatherball, Water and Blizzard. You're going to beat Giratina Altered, Galarian Stunfisk, Talonflame, Obstagoon and Empoleon. You will lose to Cresselia, Swampert, Swampert Shadow, Scrafty and Reggie Steele. Very good performance chart there, really strong switch option and yeah, just a bit of an all-rounder really, not looking too bad at all. Decent stats, good stamina, strong attack and defense stats, and a few more resistances than weaknesses there, so that is always handy as well. Not the most expensive charge move cost, so it's a very worthy investment for Ultra League Polytoad. It's very strong. So for our second Pokemon for this team, we're going to go for Alolan Ninetales with Charm, Weatherball Ice and Dazzling Gleam. Of course, if you wanted to charge a bit faster, you could run Powder Snow as the fast move. So you're going to be Giratina Altered, Cresselia, Scrafty, Umbreon and Obstagoon. Key losses to Swampert, Galarian Stunfisk, Swampert Shadow, Talonflame and Jellicent. So to round out this triple XL team then, we're going to go for Galarian Stunfisk last. This team is going to get you so many wins if you have the resources to build it. It's very strong indeed. So key wins against Cresselia, Umbreon, Reggie Steele, Melmetal and Alolan Muck. Key losses to Giratina Altered, Swampert, Talonflame, Scrafty and Obstagoon. As you can see on the performance chart there, very strong anywhere in the team as a lead, switch, closer, can fill any role, which is always handy. A few weaknesses, but again, just like Reggie Steele, massive resistances there, which is always what you want. So that is it for our three teams, guys. I'm going to shoot over to the team builder now and put all the teams in there so you can have a good look at how they're stacking up. So for our first team then, we've got Trevenant, Greedent and Reggie Steele. I think this is probably the best team I've come up with here. So B for coverage, A for bulk, A for safety and A for consistency. Incredibly strong, almost A's across the board. Against the meta, there's nothing that you can't beat there, apart from Scrafty maybe, but it's a close matchup. And then there's just Reggie, Scrafty, Gliscor, Genesect, Burn, and I think that's Kanto Ninetales. So not a few of those I'd never seen in Ultra League Open. Yeah, it's looking pretty good for this team. Okay everyone, so for my favourite Ultra League team, we've got Talonflame, Cresselia, Umbreon. So much bulk to this team, and like I was saying, you can run Future Sight on Crest instead of Grass Knot, completely up to you what coverage you want.
And then obviously on my Umbreon I run Dark Pulse and a Psychic as well. So as for this then, we've got B for coverage, A for bulk, A for safety, B for consistency. So again, very strong. Not quite as strong as the first team, but still more than respectable. Is going to pick you up so many wins. Nothing in the meta scorecard there that you can't beat. And here you're just going to struggle against Empoleon, Crossout, Galvantula, Magnezone and Tentacruel. None of those I see very much in Open Ultra League. Empoleon's probably the main one you'll probably see sometimes, but apart from that. Okay everyone, so for our last team of XL Polytoad, XL Ninetales, Alolan and XL Stunfisk Galarian, we are looking at a B for coverage, B for bulk, A for safety, B for consistency. So there is a couple of things to watch out for with this team. Swampert and Jellicent, Escav and Venusaur. And then potential threats, like we were saying, we've got Swampert, Venusaur, Jellicent, Escavalier, Bellossom, Alomomola and Vaporeon. Those last three I've not seen before in Open Ultra League. And even the ones before that, it's only really Swampert and sometimes Jellicent I see very often. Venusaur and Escav sometimes, but not as common in the Open Ultra League. So with all these teams, the potential threats, you don't actually see that often. This one's probably got the most threats, but it's still a very, very strong team. You could fiddle about with it a little bit more and see if there's any better Pokemon that makes it rank slightly higher. But as we know with Triple XL teams, they're always going to compete and be incredibly dangerous in every single match. So that is it from me everyone. Thank you so much for coming to check out my first video back in so long. It's been a long wait. I'm very sorry for that. I'm glad to be back. The content will be coming your way regularly now. Team ideas videos, battle videos. I've got the over on Google Drive. I've got the battle submission form. So if anyone wants to submit battles to the channel, I am more than happy to showcase your battles, whether that's 3 to 5 battles. I'm always happy to keep showcasing members of the community's battles on the channel. That is something I really enjoy doing and would like to do more of. So yeah, please submit battles if you have any that you're particularly impressed with and want them showcased. And with all that said, thank you so much for coming to check out the content today guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, that would really mean the world to me. Stick a like on the video because why not, and I'll see you in the next one.